Hi, and welcome to another HC Media Group training course. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to develop your team and share some top tips on how to do this effectively. My name is Joe Hamilton, and I'm an award-winning author in business. And by that I mean I've got a book out there on the wonderful Amazon, and it's a book about digital marketing, which I'm sure you've probably gathered. And it's called, wait for it, it's called Cake. Yes, that's right. It's called Cake. Why Cake? I hear you say. Again, I just wanted to have some fun with the title. And for me, the book has got all the ingredients rolled into one to make you a successful marketeer. And that's why I called it Cake. So it really is a good read if you're looking to learn a little bit more about digital marketing, how to be successful at it, etc., etc. Then it's well worth a read. It's on Amazon, and as I say, it's called Cake. So, in addition to that, I'm also the managing director of HC Media Group. We're the fastest growing marketing agency in Essex. The business was set up in 2018. We're based in Colchester in Essex and moved into a new office space in April 19, an office space not far from Colchester Castle. And since moving into the office environment, the productivity that the office environment brings has driven our business so fast that we're now, as I say, the fastest growing marketing agency in Essex. So it's something that we're really, really proud of, something I'm very proud of the team about. And as I say, long may it continue. Before this, I have managed over 200 retail stores, looking after business management, and by that I mean sort of everything from improving culture, motivating and developing teams, to looking at HR, so recruitment and retention, and more importantly, the finance aspect of the business. So introducing effective and efficient practices, again, to be able to drive the profit and loss, and more importantly, be able to drive profit, the bottom line profitability. My specialism is in that, in growing businesses through finance and business management. And I just wanted to share some of my knowledge and some of the information, top tips, etc., that I have with everyone out there. And hence, we've set up the training course for HC Media Group. I've worked with a number of household names out there, Whitbread being one of. I started my career with Whitbread many, many years ago. You may remember Whitbread Inns. And I then moved into a company called Thresher, the Thresher Wine Shops. They were the biggest off-license chain in the UK back in the 80s. And I started off just in a small little branch in Romford. There was 10 of us. It soon became a flagship store, which I'm really proud of. It was one of the most profitable stores within the business. And because of that, I wanted to share my knowledge and my skill between other stores and other areas within the business. And because of that, I got promoted into being an area manager. And from area manager before leaving Thresher, I eventually became a regional manager, so looking after a number of area managers. Really, really good business to be in. I was really successful at it. And because of that, I thought, you know what, maybe I can look at maybe some other businesses out there in the UK that I can transfer my skill across to. And with that, I joined the Cooperative. Cooperative, really, really good brand to work for, with them for a number of years, again, in the area manager capacity. Before moving across to Well. Well is a pharmacy chain with stores up and down the country, and really, again, another really, really good business to be in. I was with them for 11 years, an area manager with 25 stores, mainly in Essex and North London, 260 staff, and all the trials and tribulations there is that goes with running branches in and around that area. But every branch was really successful. Indeed, the whole area was really, really successful. And that's when I had the thought of setting up my own business, and hence HC Media Group was created. But not only working with household names, I've also, on a consultancy basis, worked with several smaller businesses. And again, I've been invited into, as I say, some of these businesses to look at the whole motivating and developing of the team, looking at their recruitment and retention, and introducing some efficiencies in their processes to make sure that their profit and loss was as profitable, and the bottom line, should I say, was as profitable as it could be. So something I really enjoyed working as a consultancy basis for some of those smaller businesses. If you'd like to get in touch with me directly on a one-to-one basis, then please do. It'd be great to speak to you. Just email me at team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. That's team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. It would be great to speak to you. So, on with our training. And again, what I'm going to teach you today is to be able to provide development for your team, and more importantly, how they will reward you time and time again once we get this right. So, there is an old saying that if you train people well enough so they can leave your business, but treat them well enough so they don't want to. It's really important. This is a mantra we have at HC Media. So we want to train our people well enough so they can leave the business if they want to, but we treat them well enough so they don't want to. So a really good mantra to have. So don't be afraid to train your people. For me, there's 5 essential steps to develop in your team. And as a business owner, I guess the challenge is how to figure out the best way to develop your team. And you soon realize that as a business owner, that your team's success equates to your success. And not only that, but your ability to inspire and develop people is critical to your future success. So here's there's 5 don't miss steps that manage all experiences and experience levels can be used to develop a strong and cohesive team. So I've used these 5 steps and we have developed our team in such a way that we haven't had no one leave our business at all since we've started up. So I just want to share some of these with you then as well. So, and the first is to ensure that each person truly understands their role. And many employees, they know the basics of what their role entails, but they don't have an in-depth understanding of it. And so many times, people get hired, we bring them on board and we start working, or they start working without anyone having really taken time to clearly spell out what the full expectation is, what's expected of them to do, and how their role fits into the success of the team and the business, of course. So if anything, you've got to take the time to meet with each person and go through a thorough briefing with them. So, and don't be afraid, be sure to ask them how they perceive their role. Ask them what they think their expectations are, and then detail what your expectations are. It's also important to discuss their career goals and maybe, outline what needs to be achieved to accomplish those goals. With a clear understanding of their role and put in place a definitive roadmap of advancement are essential to their development. Your team need to understand that on this journey within your business, what is my advancement? What steps am I going to take? Or what steps are you going to take to put training into place to enable me to be the best I possibly can? That's really important. And then to provide training and development tools. So based on the individual's current skill sets and abilities, you need to customize the training to ensure that they understand how to be successful in their current role within your business. That's really critical. And then continue to offer additional development tools, whether that's developing classes, training, and assignments, and build upon their experience and shape their competencies for future roles. Set time for uninterrupted training. We found that yes, we can provide training, and I have regular meetings with all of the staff to talk about their development, how they feel they are performing, etc. It only works if you set aside within the working week some time for them to have uninterrupted training. And this tends to work really well And there's no excuse for not training then, because you've set aside, and it could just be as simple as an hour every Wednesday. So between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, you're going to be doing your training and development that we have put aside for you. So again, really, really important. Additionally, being able to step away and let them do their job. So this for me is around not micromanaging. And many business owners struggle with trusting their teams to get work done. We're all very busy. Don't get me wrong. We're all very busy as business owners, and sometimes we think the job will get done better and quicker if we do it. If we do it ourselves. But believe me, honestly, no one benefits from that behaviour at all. And it is one of the toughest parts of becoming a business owner, is being able to trust our people to be able to do the work that we have set. We think that if we keep taking things on and if we help them, when in reality it actually has the negative effect on them. So taking on additional roles yourself has a negative effect, and you need to let them do their job. If not, you're just going to burn out. You're going to burn out from trying to do too many things all at once yourself. So be sure your people are trained, so and they know what the expectation is. And then guess what? Let them go. Let them handle it. You will, of course, you'll need to be available and provide supervision and reviews, etc., etc. Of course you will. But the more you trust them, the more confident they will become. And empower people, empower them to make decisions and to handle the responsibility of their roles. And this way, you start to build trust. You start to build a culture of everyone's contribution is respected, and you're not micromanaging people to do their job effectively. So it's really important that you let people do their jobs. Meet the team members regularly to discuss goals. Development won't happen without accountability. And for me, you've got to provide a regular check-in where monthly goals are reviewed and new goals are set. So at HC Media, I have this set up with every member of staff that on a monthly basis, I will review their performance, and we give open and honest feedback. And again, I'm not afraid to be able to ask that individual how they would like to be managed differently, perhaps. We then identify what additional training is required. We identify their strengths and weaknesses. But in addition to that, we need to be sure to celebrate success. And again, as I say, provide honest feedback on areas where progress needs to be made. Because that's what it's all about. We need to develop the individual to be the best they possibly can. And each employee has different learning curves, believe you me. And people take on board training, at different speeds. So, again, be sure to customize the approach to fit their style. Over time, you will get to know the buttons to press, and you will get to know how quickly somebody can take training on board. And remember, their success is your success. So again, it's important to create a supportive, open, honest environment where feedback's appreciated, and appreciated both ways. So rather than talking to, and make it clear that their improvement impacts their success. Many business owners shy away from that because they're not open and honest with their employees and be able to give constructive feedback for different reasons. You may not want to offend an employee, but honestly, you've got to understand that employees yearn for constructive feedback. It's not a criticism, it's constructive feedback. And it's imperative that they know what continuous improvement that they need to make so they can meet their goals and be better at their job. So remember, before wrapping up your meeting, again, clearly articulate what they need to work on for the next time. because being vague won't benefit either party, believe you me. People can't develop what they cannot measure. So by that I mean be really clear on what the goals are, or what the development the individual needs to achieve by a certain time frame. Because once you put a time frame in, you then have accountability. But as I say, it's important to discuss the goals and discuss with the individual the time frame required to be able to achieve some of those goals. And the next one is around game plan for growth. So the fifth one for me. And as much as you need your team intact and functional well, it's your job to make sure you're developing people who can advance to the next level. It's really important. Not every team member will have that potential. And some of them won't even have the desire for promotion at all. However, for those that do, you need focus on providing stretch assignments, reviewing the challenges and expectations that will face them at the next level that they're going to achieve, and measure their development progress. So again, set aside your monthly meetings and give honest and open feedback about how this individual is growing. Be proud of their successes and celebrate that. And more importantly, celebrate the fact that you've helped them get there. It's hugely rewarding, because development is a continual process. If an individual believes that they have reached a development glass ceiling, then the likelihood is that they may look to leave your business. So we've got to smash that ceiling, because there is no end to development. And as much as an individual wants to take on, then we should be there to be able to supply that. None of this will work if you don't focus on building trust amongst your team. This is so important. Your team needs to know that they can trust you. And by doing that, by treating them with dignity, respect, and let them know that their contribution is critical to the success of your business. Because if they don't know that their success matters to you, they won't respect you. So once they know that their success really matters to you, they will respect your development feedback and reward you with the efforts of improvement. I absolutely kid you not, and I've seen it myself firsthand. And that's one of your most important responsibilities as a business owner, to be open and honest with an individual. Make sure that you supply the development for their growth, and they will reward you time and time again. Believe you me, as I say, I have seen it firsthand. So I've got a little task for you then before you move on. Sit down with each member of your team and see if they understand their job role. You will be shocked at the people that really don't understand what their job role is. Or they'll say to you, well, I do a bit of everything. But we need to be clear and understand. They need to understand what their job role is, and what their contribution is to the success of your business. Identify what they want to accomplish and what they see as success in their career. Because by doing that, you'll have a better understanding for different training courses and different development that individual needs. And then put a plan in place for each of them individually. So as you can review on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, it's entirely up to you. I prefer to do mine monthly. But as I say, you can do it monthly or quarterly just to review someone's performance, because they really, really will appreciate it, and they will trust you and trust your feedback. And because of that, you're more likely to have retention of your team. If you need to talk to me about anything you've learned in this subject, then please do. Please email me at team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. That's team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. I would be delighted to talk to you. I hope you enjoyed this part of the course. I've been Joe Hamilton. Thank you for listening.